Elsie watches 4 of the older girls having fun on the school playground equipment. 2 by 2, the girls swing and push each other. They squeal and have fun as they go higher and higher. It looks fun to Elsie. She wishes she had someone to push her high in the air like that. And then the girls do tricks on the tricky bars. See me, they say as they turn and whirl on the bars. I wish someone would watch me do my tricks, thinks Elsie. Elsie tries to get on the tricky bars. Oh, go away, Elsie, you're too little to play with us. Don't be such a tag-along, they say. And Elsie is sad. She stands alone and watches the girls. After a while, the 4 girls decide to do something else. They put their heads together and laugh and giggle as they make their plans. Elsie comes close to them. She's curious. Elsie wants to know what they're planning. One of the girls sees Elsie. She turns and stamps her foot as she says, "Elsie, go away. We don't want you with us. Stop being such a tag-along." Why do they call me names? I'm not a tag-along, Elsie thinks. The girls say to each other, "Let's go to the trading post. We'll get away from this little tag-along." Elsie watches the 4 girls walk away from the playground. Arm in arm, they walk down the road. One of them turns back to see if Elsie is following, but Elsie is not following. Elsie is sitting by the swings. 2 tears squeeze out of her eyes and run down her sad little face. Elsie brushes the tears away. I'm not going to cry, she thinks. If I cry, I'll be a baby just as they say I am. I won't follow them either because when I do, they'll call me tag-along, and I don't want to be a tag-along. Elsie gets up and walks slowly to one of the swings. She decides that since the older girls will not be her friends and let her have fun with them, she'll have to do the next best thing. She'll have to be a friend to herself. She'll have to have fun all by herself. At first, Elsie only sits in the swing and wishes that someone were there to push her. And then she begins to try swinging by herself. She pushes forward, she lifts up her 2 feet, and then pulls them down and back. Up, 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 Elsie goes, higher and higher. Elsie is happy that all by herself she can swing so high. It's fun. A smile comes back to Elsie's face. Elsie thinks, now I'll let the swing stop. Slower and slower the swing goes. Slower, slower, until it's almost not moving at all. Elsie jumps from the swing and lands lightly on her toes in the sand. She doesn't fall. Elsie thinks, I've seen the older girls jump from the swing that way. I'm glad that I can do some of the things that they do, even if they're not watching me to know that I can. Elsie thinks, now I'll have some fun on the tricky bars. There's no one to see what I can do, but anyway, I'll practice some tricks. While Elsie is whirling and twirling and doing fancy tricks on the bar, she hears someone say, oh, that's good, Elsie. You know how to do very good tricks. Elsie stops turning so she can see who has come to the tricky bar. It is Beth Crow. Beth says, Elsie, will you show me how to do that trick you were just doing? Elsie thinks, I'm having fun by myself now. I don't need anyone to play with. I'll tell Beth to go away and leave me alone. I'll call her a tag-along so she won't bother me. But Elsie decides it would be unkind to say those things to Beth Crow. She cannot call Beth a tag-along. She remembers how she felt when the older girls called her tag-along. Elsie remembers how much she wanted the older girls to let her share their fun. She remembers how sad she was when they told her to go away. So Elsie smiles and says, all right, Beth, come here. I'll show you how to do some tricks. It's lots of fun.